Hello students, welcome to the Statistics Standard 11, Chapter 1, Collection of Data. Here I am with you. I would like to give you the fast recap of whatever we have studied in Chapter 1, Statistics, Collection of Data. In first video lecture, I explained you the different aspect, the subject statistics, what actually the subject is, that I explained you in first lecture. Then I explained you students the definition of statistics given in your textbook, page number 2, types of population, sample, concept of population, qualitative data, quantitative data, primary data, secondary data. Then I explain you the difference of primary data and secondary data. After that students, we studied the different methods of collecting primary data, that is direct inquiry, indirect inquiry and method of questionnaire. Now we all know about the questionnaire. The concept of questionnaire is clear in our mind now, students. Questionnaire is a set of arrangement of logical questions for specific object or purpose. Then this set of logical question for specific object of purpose is known as questionnaire. As we all know, questionnaire is a data collection tool. Whenever we want the primary data, whenever we want to collect the primary data, one of the important tools for collection of primary data is questionnaire. So student, whenever we want to win any type of war, our weapon must be powerful, isn't it? Whenever we want to win any type of war, for example, the recent India-China border on LAC, line of actual control going on, then our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi, our Raksha Mantri Sri Rajnath Singh ji, immediately called the Russia to provide us the delivery of Rafale aircraft, and 6 Rafale aircraft recently actually we will get. So we have to clearly know that to win in such circumstances, we have good weapon with us. Same way, my dear friends, as a data collection, primary data collection, questionnaire is our weapon. In today's video lecture, I would like to explain you characteristics of an ideal questionnaire. Ideal questionnaire means the questionnaire which is ideal, which can provide us the data which we want, which can achieve the purpose or goal, which can fulfill our object. Such particular questionnaire is called ideal questionnaire. And my dear students, this is most IMP question for your first term examination. Mostly whenever first term examination is there, mostly in question paper, this question always asks how to prepare ideal questionnaire, or which are the different characteristics of ideal questionnaire. So friends, I repeat this, questionnaire is a set of logically written questions to fulfill our object or inquiry. That set of questions which is called questionnaire, how it become ideal questionnaire, that I have to explain today's video lecture to you. So be ready. Different characteristics of ideal questionnaire. It is on your screen, on your board now. I provide the different 8 type of different characteristics of ideal questionnaire before you. The first important aspect of ideal questionnaire is covering letter or an appropriate title. Students, when we want to get information through questionnaire, our object, our purpose, we clearly define to our respondent by writing a covering letter with questionnaire. That's why they read it properly and give the proper response to us. So covering letter or appropriate title. Okay, respected or dear sir or madam, we want this inquiry or this, we send this questionnaire to you. Our purpose or objective behind this information collection is this or that. And actually we do not misuse the data which were provided by you. We have to give the assurance also to the respondent. That's why they feel confident to give the data. So appropriate title, some briefing or covering letter must be there in ideal question. Because if the covering letter or appropriate title is not there, then there is a possibility, students, that the respondent can't give the response, can't get it. With this covering letter, we also have to send the self-addressed cover with affix the appropriate. There is a need of stamp of post also there. That's why they are giving back us to that particular questionnaire in the post. So appropriate covering letter or appropriate title must be there for ideal questionnaire. Now we move towards second point. Minimum number of questions. Students, as much as possible, we have to give minimum number of questions. See, we have to think on behalf of ourselves also. When any feedback of any inquiry, if anyone provides to us, and if they provide us 250 or 300 questions, then by seeing it, we say that we don't want to fill it, I don't want to fill it, I become bored, isn't it? Then what is the circumstances of situation of that particular respondent to whom we are sending the questionnaire? That situation also we have to take into consideration while preparing the questionnaire. Whatever information is required, 10 questions, 15, I think maximum 25 questions is the appropriate question for question. If you give more questions or too much questions, then students, there is a chance that either they are not giving response at all to you, or otherwise they are giving half information, or they are filling half questionnaire and give the response, give the answer. So to avoid this, please provide minimum number of questions as much as possible. As I said earlier, generally 20 to 25 questions are asked in the question. Then it becomes ideal question. The next is consistent with the purpose of inquiry. See, whenever we want to prepare the questionnaire, the question should ask which are relevant with the inquiry. No here and there questions. or the questions which are irrelevant to the inquiry we want to know or we want to collect. Any question which are irrelevant or here and there of our particular inquiry that cannot be put in the questionnaire. Only the relevant questions which are as per our objectives, which are as per our purpose and relevant, appropriate, that much questions only we have to put in the questionnaire, then it becomes ideal questionnaire. Irrelevant questions we have to ignore. Okay? Now, fourth point. Questions should be simple, short and understandable. See, 3 points are in 1 point. Question should be simple. Simple means any respondent can able to understand the question. See, when the respondent can able to understand the question, then only he or she is able to give the answer perfectly. If the question is difficult and even the respondent can't able to understand the question, then how can he or she give the response? So it is simple in manner. Simple means, for example, what is your recent age? Simple question. 13 years, 12 years, 18 years, whatever the age. What is your birth date? Simple question. Short question. Sometimes you see students, the long questions are there, then we can avoid such questions for answer. So the question is short. Sometimes when we are watching the news channels, the anchor is asking the question to the respondent. The anchor actually asks so much long question that we think that instead of asking the question, the anchor giving guidance to that particular respondent. Such a situation is there. That is not proper. The question must be short and understandable. Understandable means the respondent can able to understand the question. Because if we send the particular questionnaire by post, then there is no any doubt solving agency for us. If the question is simple, understandable and short, then and then only the respondent can give the proper feedback or answer to us, and then our questionnaire became ideal question. So short question, simple question and understandable question. For example, here I write one example also. Sometimes some write, are you educated? See, this is the open-ended question. Are you educated means up to primary or up to higher secondary or up to PhD or up to master degree or up to B.Ed or even how much? This is not the proper question. Are you educated? What is the meaning of this? See, fifth standard pass is also educated and PhD also educated. So we have to clarify the question. Short, simple and understandable question must be there for ideal question. Fifth, logical arrangement of question. See, sometimes what happens, we are arranging the questions but we are not arranging it in logical manner. I would like to give you the example of it. Suppose if anyone from you, I ask you the question, students, please provide your which are the benefits of smartphones or what you think about the smartphone. After asking that, after some time I ask, would you have smartphone? Question mark. This is not the logical question arrangement. The logical question arrangement is, first I have to write, do you have smartphone? Question mark. Then I have to ask, What is your views, benefits or limitations about smartphone? This is called the logical arrangement of questions. For ideal questionnaire, my dear friends, we have to set the questions in the logical orders. Suppose if I ask how many children you have, question mark, and after that I ask, are you married? Question mark. This is not the logical arrangement of questions. First I have to ask, are you married? Question mark. And then I have to put the next question, that is, how many children have you or you have? Is it clear? So questions must be in logical arrangement. Then only it become ideal questionnaire. See, sensitive nature. Next point, our sixth point is sensitive nature or personal life questions should be avoided. My dear students, as much as possible, we have to avoid the questions of sensitive nature or personal life questions. Now, sensitive nature means, sir, if anything happens at that particular respondent's home which are not likely to talk by that particular respondent, suppose any bad thing happens, or suppose any bad incident happened at past, and that particular respondent, and he or she might be upset with remembering such incident of past, then such question or such point is called sensitive nature. So in ideal questionnaire, we have to avoid the questions which are in sensitive nature or sometimes personal life questions. See, in modern lifestyle, each and everyone, each and every student even, each and every person wants to live his or her personal life with personal space. Sometimes he or she don't like to share everything with everyone. Some personal life is also there. So questions related to personal life or sensitive nature questions, if possible and not relevant for our inquiry, then we have to avoid, then it becomes ideal questionnaire. So questions related to sensitive nature, I repeat this, or related to personal information, such questions are avoided for ideal questionnaire. The next question should be free from the calculation. Sometimes we do that, find the percentage of this and this, find the average of this and this. The questions with calculation sometimes bore to the respondent. A respondent don't like to respond in such questions. They think that why should I have to do such and such calculation? I don't want to give the answer. If possible, my dear friends, in our question, the questions must be asked in which there is no need of calculation to the respondent, or if possible, simple calculation, plus minus simple. Then only that much calculation you have to ask, or if possible, avoid the questions which have calculation, more calculation. Preferably, our eighth and last point for ideal question, preferably options or yes or no is given. See, after KBC, कौन बनेगा करोड़पति? It is a generation of multi-choice questions. You also have in section A of statistics, standard 11 and 12, there is a multiple choice questions. Options are provided. 4 options are there. In competitive exams also, the questions of different options are provided. So, if possible, preferable, advisable, that in our questionnaire, we have to provide different options to the respondent. respondent are provided options. And if possible, ask the question in which the answer is either yes or no. Student, this is psychological matter. When the question is easy or just we have to write yes or no, then we can easily able and we can like to give the response also. See, and if options are there and only we have to pick the appropriate answer, then also we like to give the response. So we have to think here on behalf of the respondent. It is for the comfort, it is for the easiness of the respondent that if we provide them the different type of MCQ or option or yes no type questions, then they can easily able to give the feedback or response to us, and they also like the question. So students, as per our system, at the end of each and every video lecture, I would like to give you fast recap of today's video lecture. In today's lecture, I explain you first the concept of questionnaire, a set of logical questions for specific object is called, that particular document is called questionnaire. Our today's topic of today's video lecture is characteristics of an ideal questionnaire. It is the most important topic which mostly asked in first term examination. For ideal questionnaire, I explain you the 8 different points. See, in your textbook they provide us details. Page number 7, 8, they give us the details of ideal questionnaire. I prepare points, that's why you can easily remember it, students. Covering letter or appropriate title must be there. Minimum number of questions is there as much as possible, which covers our information also. Consistent with the purpose of inquiry, irrelevant or not consistent with our inquiry, such questions must be avoided. Questions should be simple, short and understandable. Logical arrangement of questions must be there, not illogical arrangement of questions is there. Sensitive nature or personal life question should be avoided, always avoided. Question should free from the calculation. The respondent should not have to do any type of calculation for giving the response or the answer or feedback to us. And preferably options, multiple choice questions, or the questions we have answered in yes or no, then such questions asked, that is preferable. Now students, please write down as Standard 11 Statistics Chapter 1 Collection of Data. Topic is characteristics of an ideal questionnaire. 8 different points are there. This points really helps you, so you all must write down in your notebook. Covering letter, appropriate title, minimum number, consistent with the purpose. Question should be simple, short, understandable. Logical arrangement, sensitive nature or personal life question avoided. Question should free from the calculation. Preferably options must be provided or the answer is given in yes or no. So now, after explaining all these things, I am confident enough that you all are able to understand this particular topic of ideal questionnaire. And after preparing your notebook, students, we provide you the homework also for this particular, and your test is also there. So all the topics we explain here, I explain you different topics of chapter 1, you must write down in your notebook also. That's why whenever test is going on, you can easily able to give the answer from that particular notes. So thanks for your cooperation. Thank you students. Ideal questionnaire, most timely. We definitely meet in next video lecture with new topic. Thanks for your cooperation. Thank you students.